Hello Ivydale, hope you're all well. I'm going to talk about a couple of my favourite books for Literacy Week. Really tricky one for me this, because I have so many really special books in my life that remind me of so many different people. But I've chosen these two. This one is a grown-up book. It's called Anna Karenina by Tolstoy, who is a Russian writer. And I've chosen this because it's very special to me. My granny. In fact, this book is special because both my grannies are connected to it. One of my grannies, who is my mum's mum, was from Russia, and she gave me a love of Tolstoy and Russian literature. And when I grew up, I went to study Russian, and I learnt how to read this in Russian. But this is an English version, and it was given to me by my other granny, by my dad's mum. And it's a really beautiful hardback copy with kind of linen cover, and there's a picture of a Russian lady walking through a snowy scene, and it reminds me very much of the story, and it's a very, very beautiful book. So that's one for when you're older. This book I'm going to read to you because it reminds me of my daughter, who is named after my granny. So there's the link. The story is called Why, and it says, "Meet Lily, the little girl who always asks why." And my daughter was one of those children. In fact, her very first sentence was, "Why elbow?" I don't know what she wanted to ask, but she poked me and I said, "Ow, your elbow." And she said, "Why elbow?" And that was the first time she ever said a sentence and put two words together. And she's never stopped asking questions since. So I'm going to read you this book. There was one thing Lily did that drove her dad mad. Look, there he is, hopping mad. Actually, it wasn't a thing she did. It was a thing she said. Why? She said it all the time. She said it first thing in the morning. Look, Dad's trying to get her up. "It's time you were dressed." Why? She said it at breakfast time. She comes down the stairs. "Your egg just needs another minute." Why? She wants her eggs straight away. She said it when they went shopping. "Mustn't forget to buy some more bin bags," Dad says. Why? She said it when her dad read her a story. "Once upon a time, there was a friendly crocodile." Why? I think she likes scary stories. And of course, "Time for bed, Lily." She said it at bedtime. Why? Usually, Lily's dad did his best to explain. "Don't sit down there, Lily." Why? "Because you'll get your trousers wet." Why? "Because the grass is soaking wet." Why? "Because it rained all last night." Why? "Because there were lots of big black clouds full of tiny drops of water." Why? "Because, well, there just were, Lily. There just were." I think he's giving up. But sometimes when he was a bit tired or too busy, "I wish you wouldn't always say why, Lily." Why? "'Cause it drives me mad." Why? He would just get cross. "It just does, Lily. It just does." He's hiding under the sofa. Then one Friday, something rather unusual happened. Lily was playing in the sandpit in the park. "Just a few minutes more, Lily." Why? "'Cause it's nearly lunchtime." Why? Suddenly, Lily's dad stopped and looked upwards. So did Lily. And so did everybody else in the park. Lily was too astonished to say anything. After all, she had never seen a gigantic Thargon spaceship before. Good heavens. There it is. The Thargon spaceship came lower. Good grief. And then it landed in the park right next to the sandpit. There it is. Everybody stood and stared. The doors of the spaceship slid open and out squelched several Thargons. They didn't look very friendly. The most important Thargon oozed forward. Tremble, Earthlings, we have come to destroy your planet. There he is. Everyone started to tremble. Everyone except Lily, that is. Why? Lily asked. Why? Because that is our mission, of course. Why? Because destroying puny planets brings glory to the mighty Thargon Empire. Why? Because the great leader, the Imperial Tharg, says so. Why? Because he just does, small Earthling. He just does. If you look, the Thargons have all started having a little conversation here in Thargonese. The chief Thargon turned to his friends. He looked thoughtful. Lily and her dad and all the other people watched as they talked together in Thargish for quite a long time. Then the chief Thargon slithered forward again and spoke to Lily. There he is. Your questions show disrespect to our great leader. However, we realise destroying planets hasn't done us much good. It just makes everybody hate us. We're going home to Tharg to think it over. Lily was just about to say something, but her dad put his hand over her mouth, so she couldn't say what she was going to say. There. Bye. Have a nice day. Sorry to have troubled you. Just in time. Look, and off they go. The spaceship flies off back to Tharg. That night at bedtime, when he'd finished reading her a story, Lily's dad gave her an extra big hug. And then he promised he'd never get cross with her again, no matter how often she asked him why. I was very proud of you in the park today. Why? Said Lily. I just was, Lily. I just was. And that's the end of the story. There's a really nice touch. There's a little code on the back page, which is Thargish. And if you look at the code, you can go back to where the Thargon aliens had their conversation there. And you can work out what they're saying. And it actually does make sense. Anyway, this was a lovely story, and I used to love reading it to my little girl because she would always ask, why? I hope you enjoyed it. Lovely to see some of you going past school, and I hope to see the rest of you all soon. Take care. Bye.